How's everybody? Are we started?
Yes.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
everyone. We
Hello.
are so organized.
So,
Care don't.
okay,
It's
but I
fun.
do want to, anybody who is new here, we are wearing the same clothes because we're recording the same day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Back to back
back to
because,
back.
your
Because
friend here is going to be away on vacation.
she's leaving me.
If I make it there, who the hell knows?
All these airplane things, like you
Well,
just
it's
had
the
one.
airplane situation and Cancun airport's a disaster, apparently. They're not letting anybody in, and I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I don't
Anyway,
know.
I don't know either. I don't know. They're holding it up for the Americans, so I don't know if that means uh, there's a different line for the Canadians or I don't know what's happening.
Have you talked to your travel agent?
The world is falling to shit in a handbasket, as far as I'm concerned. No, I
Oh,
haven't. That's one of my things today. I'm going to call her and see what's going
okay.
on. Last thing I want to do is sit in an airport for
Watching
three or
people
four
cut their
hours
toenails.
watching people groom themselves. Dear Lord.
Oh, the adventures you have.
Right? Like it's like I don't know. It must be my aura. Is that what my aura? It's aura, right? That's like a thing, and it
Yeah.
just attracts. I'm like a sponge. I attract the crazy.
There we
So
go.
did we say hi? I can't remember because
Hi.
I had to pause everybody. Hi.
Hello.
I had to go and check out the situation with the
Yep.
hubby. So yeah, uh, how is everything since the last time we chatted? Did you get all the salad out of your teeth?
I
And
did.
I did.
I did.
I had more, not so much salad, but I had the pits from the strawberries
Oh yeah, the little things.
and
Um,
pepper and pepper. That's my thing. But yeah, all's good.
do you do the ground pepper?
Yeah,
Okay. Because those are bigger than like just the regular
yeah,
pepper. So I do that. Oh, the
yeah.
worst though is like when it comes loose from your teeth and you bite down
Oh yeah,
by itself, it's
that's
awful.
very strong.
So the only thing I didn't talk about was hubby and I are decluttering.
Oh
Like we are
yes, I
taking,
forgot.
yeah, so we're taking sections at a time of the house, um, and the like truly deep clean, declutter, like go through, touch everything and do something with it.
Yeah.
So that has it's been an eye opener.
Well, I gotta say, um, it's when you've lived in a house for so long, like when I lived in our big house,
Hmm.
that we raised our kids in, it was a 5 bedroom, you know, 3 bathroom, like it was a big house.
Yeah.
So when we were selling it, of course, the real estate agent's like, okay, well, just declutter and it's clean, but uh, pick up the mats off the floor, the usual stuff. People don't like to see that. Anyway, okay. Long and short of it is we started, and gosh dang, that was the biggest job
It is.
because we were on a timetable. It wasn't like, okay, let's do it
Oh,
today, in a couple
yeah.
hours here, a couple. No, we were on a timetable. On top of that, George was finishing the basement bathroom because it was considered an in-law suite. It was a big basement.
Hmm.
So she said, if you finish that kitchen, because it was just started, then you probably could get more money for that. So anyway, he's down there doing that. Me and my aunts and my uh, Meg and whatever were decluttering, and it was a lot. It's a lot of accumulation that you get over the years that you think you're going to use, but then you don't.
Yep. Or you use it, but then it's like out of style or
Yeah,
it no longer serves the original purpose.
right.
But you're like, oh, but I could use this for something at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah.
It's just a lot. So our community has like a community garage sale. So we're just putting stuff and we're gonna do that, try to recoup some of the, money back, right? But whatever doesn't sell is getting donated. I am not
Yeah,
not keeping it. It's just so much stuff.
it is. It's horrible. It's
We
horrible.
are very consumer driven, and I just say as a people in general.
The world is like
Yes.
that's the way
And
we've
then I
become.
look at this kind of stuff up there. I use
Yeah.
that,
Don't look at that
right?
stuff up top.
None of this.
Yeah. So that's that. But I do know I got to tell you, living in the space that I live in, I have to be very careful because I don't
Yeah.
have much space. So that drive to go and get everything is like, no, where am I going to put it? That's what I have to think first. Okay, that's great, but where are you going to put it, Lorie? So,
Or what am I going to get rid of so I
yeah,
can have this?
yeah.
That's about where I'm at. So, anyway, what are we talking about today?
Uh, we're talking about, well, what a segue. We were just talking about,
I know.
hey, okay. So we're talking about alternate lifestyles, alternate living, that kind of scenario, and how things have progressed and where do we think it's going to go from here. Um, and I'm just going to start off by saying we downsized big time when we sold our house to move in with my son and daughter-in-law to help with Elizabeth.
Hmm.
And I don't regret it for a second, although sometimes do I wish I had my own kitchen back and do I wish I had, you know, a sit down tub and because I don't have that. I have it upstairs, but we don't have that as a
Right.
couple. So there's things I miss, but I don't miss the cost associated with a home,
Yeah.
the taxes and the this and the that, the
And the
repairs and the
upkeep.
yeah, and the big house had a pool, so that was another additional cost. And so yeah, it was it really helped us financially because every cent we had then went into um uh you know investments and whatever to help us through retirement. So and trips, funded our trips, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So anywho, um but nowadays, I'm just going to start off by saying there's a need now for, um, how can I say this? Homeless living.
Hmm.
There's, there's so many choices out there to choose from to help in that regard. One big thing that I'm going to start off by saying is container living. That is a big thing. And
It is.
it goes from like one container kind of fixed up and insulated and whatever to, three floors and great big long, you know, apartment size type thing where you got, three or four on top of each other. And like it's just it will serve a purpose for homelessness. There's also the container living. I seen one when I was searching this out. I seen one where they had like a little city for older people, and
Oh,
it was all container living, but they were done up. Like when I say container, you're
no.
not going to see a shipping container
It doesn't
side
look
by.
like that
It
anymore.
doesn't look like that. They fixed it up to make it livable, but yeah, they had trees planted and there was little so they had their own space, but it wasn't as big and it didn't cost as much to live and you know,
Hmm.
and I'm going to tell you there's one country and I think I'm going to make a mistake on this and I could be wrong. I can't remember if it was Sweden or Holland. They do a way better job in taking care of their elderly in that regard. So there is places set up for that type, if you prime example, Kenny's now retired, you guys are like, okay, you know what? We don't need this big house anymore. Let's go get us a container. Now, that sounds horrendous. But when you see this living lifestyle that these elderly people have, it's a gated community. So, it's like if they have Alzheimer's, they can't walk out the door. They can't like it's
Yeah.
self-contained
Right.
amazing. I that's just Anyway, that's one example. I'm going to shut up now because I think I've just said enough.
No, I've seen the container thing.
Yeah,
Because Kenny's actually even talked about it,
yeah,
getting a container. I'm like, okay, go ahead.
yeah,
Like, here's my thing with moving. I swore when I moved in here, I was never gonna move again.
yeah, me too.
So here's my thing. I'm not opposed to moving. I will not pack or unpack. I will not find the place for us to move into. I will not do anything. I will approve whatever he finds. Like, in other words, he's going to have to do all the legwork.
Yeah,
I will go look at them and give my opinion, and then someone's going to come in and do all the work. I'm
yeah,
just not. I'm not doing it.
yeah.
It's the thought of that makes me want to just live under a bridge. Like, just, I can't. The thought of having to pack up this house
I
and
know. That's
move
horrible.
somewhere else. Nope, not doing it. So
Yeah, it's horrible.
I
Especially at my age. I don't have it in me
no,
to do all that.
and just I would feel like I'm starting over,
Yeah,
and I don't want to. Like, I don't.
yeah.
And I've had this conversation with him. If we move, because he's talking about, oh, what about a tiny house and we only need, one bedroom. Sir, no. Like, where am I
Yeah.
gonna be?
Yeah,
I know
it would have
I
to be
need
big
my
enough.
space.
Yeah.
And then at that point, right? And then I also want at least a spare room for when my kids come and visit or the grandkids.
Hmm.
So then at that point, we're not downsizing. I mean, the only thing would be is making it a one story instead of a two. You know what I mean? I need my space.
Making it a two-story instead of a one.
No, because we have a two-story right now. So if we downsize, like if we moved,
Oh,
I
I
would go
see.
to a one story.
Gotcha.
But not necessarily smaller. I need my
Yeah.
space. He needs his space because he plays games.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm not going to be next to him doing all that screaming and shouting and blowing stuff up. Like, then,
I know.
and then you're looking at a common room and you're looking at a kitchen and then you're looking at a spare room. What's the point of moving?
Yeah.
So, no. But I will say, I have seen various different types because Kenny and I watched something not too long ago on this very topic.
Yeah.
People turn school buses,
School buses, that was on my list.
airplane fuse, the whole like this half
Yeah.
of an airplane thing. And actually, on one of our road trips, we saw one.
Oh, really?
It was out in the middle of nowhere. Because we like to take the back roads
Yeah.
and meander and because you can
Yeah.
see cool stuff. Sure enough, half of an airplane, porch and everything. It was a home. It was a house.
Yeah.
It was an airplane.
Yeah.
So cool. Now that is not what I want,
No, but
but it's very cool.
nowadays, and I don't know if it's economically driven, probably the way things are nowadays, but a lot of people are uh, turning to van life. They're living in
Hmm.
their vans and doing them up. And I don't know if I could do that. Like that to me is too claustrophobic for me.
Same
I
thing.
I could probably do a tiny house if it was situated properly and there was maybe, a couple stairs leading to a loft area or uh, but I don't know if even that would work. It would have to be a bigger scale tiny house. And that's doesn't even make sense. But you know
No,
what I'm
I
trying
get,
to say.
yeah,
Tiny house is usually a main floor and then a loft area. It's
yeah.
that's what I've seen them majority. Now, I would probably have to have maybe two tiny homes together. So that's not a big house. It's still not a big house,
No,
right? But let's face reality. We'd have to have two bedrooms. There's no
yeah,
way. There's no
no.
way.
That and Kitty and I actually stayed in a tiny house for one of our anniversary trips. And it didn't have the loft thing. I have seen those,
Yeah.
but you had you had the bed, and then right across the bed was a couch. and then you had a kitchenette. Like it was just
Yeah.
no dishwasher. I think it had a stove top, but no oven.
Yeah.
Right? A little tiny refrigerator. Like it's like living in the Barbie dream house, except it's
Yeah.
not a mansion. It's just so
Now,
tiny.
now I don't know
And a
that
bathroom.
there are ones that are done bigger and better than that. Like not
Yes.
bigger, but you know what I mean?
Like
They're
this
done
was
up like
a
a
place
regular
for you
home.
to get
Yeah.
away and whatever. It
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be a house per se,
Yeah.
just a little place for you to stay in. But I'm
But
with
the
you. It's too claustrophobic. I need a
yeah.
separation. Like I love my husband, but I could not be in the same room with him 24/7, 365. I need my space
Well, everybody
away
does.
and
That's the thing. And I'm the same I'm the exact same way.
so that wouldn't
Here's a
work.
prime example. Two things. I like uh YouTube, Netflix. He likes I don't know, Godfather, uh some cop show. I don't know.
He likes
Anyway,
the
he
adventure-packed action.
yes, I that's not me. Hockey.
Hmm.
It's not me. So, I couldn't picture being in the exact same room with only one TV and us fist fighting over what's going on it. I'm sorry, but I would win.
I know, right?
Okay? He'll be sitting there watching crafting YouTube and wishing to God
That he had his own little tiny
that he
house
had
to
his
live
own
in.
house.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
no, it wouldn't happen. But the container thing, I think I could do like a double decker and like that. I think
See,
I
if
could,
I have to choose, if I get to choose, no
yeah.
stairs, no more stairs. I'm over the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Well, you could do, yeah. You know what? You could do like an L shape or
Yeah,
an all really long one for that matter. But I think I could do because you could split that up into,
or you could just put them together like this
yeah,
and have it
yeah,
open in the middle
that's
and
right.
da 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 da
There you go. There's lots of ways. Um, the other thing was that's big is mobile homes. So there's a lot of people living in mobile homes.
Oh yeah, we trailer parks, we call them here
Oh, okay.
a lot. Like Kenny and I actually lived in one for a year. It was like a transition before we got a house.
Ah,
Oh, I wouldn't recommend it. Those things are
no.
scary.
Well,
They're not
I
built
mean,
very well. But we also have tornadoes and hurricanes, and that's not good.
oh, yeah, we don't have that here.
Yeah. But there are some that are beautiful.
There,
Like they're beautiful, but
when
they're
I
not made very well. And that's the
when I
thing.
was searching it out, there was like, you know what? I think I could do that. The mobile home thing.
Yeah, some of them were beautiful.
Yeah.
Like Kenny's mom lived in one before she moved in with us. But again, they're not made very well. So the flooring was kind of going out and blah blah blah. Just things.
Hmm.
When you compare it to a house,
Yeah.
it's it's made different.
There's how can I say this? There's a big trend in what's called micro apartments. Now, I don't quite know what that's all about, but I've got it written down here, and they're like tiny living uh, spaces, but I don't know what they're made of.
I
It's
have
just called
seen
a micro apartment. So I thought, you know what? I wonder what that's all about. I wrote it down just because I wanted to investigate it, but I didn't get to investigate it. But the other big thing is houseboats.
oh yeah.
I
Hell
don't,
to the
yeah,
no.
I don't.
Mm-mm.
I would like to wake up next to water every day, but here in Canada, half the water would be frozen
Yeah, no, I'm
half
not.
the year, so that's not happening.
Because Kenny asks, first of all, I get seasick if I go below, if I go below deck.
Oh, really?
If I'm on top, I don't get seasick.
Oh,
The moment I go below deck on a boat, it's all she wrote. That's
yeah.
another reason I'm not sure I could handle a cruise. Um,
Oh, cruise is different. It's way too big.
maybe, but
You don't.
you still have the motion. It depends. I mean, it just depends. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But because we've gone deep sea fishing on the big boats. Well, the restrooms are below deck.
Hmm.
Girl, let
I
me
could
tell
picture
you.
it. I could picture it.
I ran, went to the bathroom, was so ready to hurl. I ran out. Oh, it was so bad. Like it happened so
Wow.
fast. I ran out of the bathroom, back up. My pants were still around my knees. I was just like,
Oh,
turn your head,
Lord.
everybody. I was about to puke everywhere. I pulled my pants up and breathe the air and the salt and the breeze, and then I was okay. Because I will
That's
avoid throwing up at all costs.
wow.
So I can't go below deck. So I could not live on a houseboat. I would be very sick.
So yeah, there's I think those were some of the highlights that I seen. I don't know, like RVs is kind of like a mobile home, I would think,
Yeah.
right?
The
Yeah.
only thing is
And
the difference with an RV versus a mobile home is you can travel with an RV. Mobile homes are, you can't really.
uh
So those are stationary,
uh okay.
whereas like an RV, you could like travel all around, stay wherever. You wouldn't have
Right,
to
right.
stay in the same place.
Yeah. But I think out of all of it, the container homes kind of trigger me a little bit interest because you could get dirt cheap
Yeah,
containers
containers.
and
I just
you know
wonder how much it would cost to actually get it the way you'd want it versus a house.
well I'm just going to say this. I'm extremely lucky and blessed in the sense that my one son's a electrician, hubby's a carpenter, and uh, Brad's like basically a plumber because he's a sprinkler fitter. So I have all three trades that could whip that into shape no problem. I think that's why I kind of get attracted to it a little bit more than the others,
Yeah,
is because
you know you could make it
it's
work.
more doable, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I
But
still wonder though, materials and stuff like that, how much it would
I don't
cost.
know. I would like to know. There's a property next door to us on this side that's been for sale forever.
Mm-hmm.
And no one will buy it because it's not tapped into the town water and sewer and all that. And to do that, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, on top of buying the property and tapping in and then building something because it's just plain property,
Mm-hmm.
I said to George, we could buy that property and just get two containers, build them up, and just hook into Brad Megan's
Yeah.
stuff, right? And he's, are you crazy? I'm not living in a shipping container. He doesn't see the value,
No, well, he probably doesn't really see, I don't know. But give him something to do in retirement though.
right?
Yeah.
Now he's going for surgery.
Surgery.
Oh Lord, that's going to
And he's
be
not going
a
to be able to walk for a little while.
and you know, I love him dearly,
A
but
one-way ticket to Texas. I mean,
he's
I'm
a
here.
big whiner. When he's sick or anything's wrong with him, we all never hear the end of it. It's like nobody else has gotten sick
Ever.
ever. And if we did, it's not as bad as him. Well, it's not as bad as mine.
Okay.
Okay, I've gone off on a subject there, but yeah, it's but I do think that, you know, the our powers that be got to look at these little modular home cities for the elderly, the veterans. Like, we got veterans living
Oh,
on
I
the
know.
street for God's sakes. Like, how can that even
So
be
do
a
we.
thing? Okay.
So do we.
So I think those things should at least be investigated for um them.
If nothing else, at least just a place to for them to go into to have a place to sleep.
Yeah,
you
that's what I
know,
mean.
and
Yeah,
then leave
off you
or
go.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. But they're not like in the elements per se.
yeah, yeah. It's sad, but anyway, that's my take on it. Anyway, I don't know.
So I know if we did move into something much smaller, I would, and I don't care how much it costs, I would get myself a she shed and have my stuff like my own space. So I would have a place to go to.
Hmm.
I've actually looked at them just to have one here.
Yeah,
Uh, so I can not be by the front door and all wide open for everybody to whatever.
see, to me, a she shed is going to have to be bigger than my room.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not gonna.
But see,
I
I
can't just have
say
like a little shed built.
no, but they have ones that are a good size.
Oh yeah.
I've already looked into it. It would cost $5,000 for the she shed
Oh,
I want. But they bring it out here, they hook it all up, they hook up the electricity to it, they, run
oh, it's not bad.
all the stuff. No, it's not. And it's a good size. So,
Yeah,
but then I would be able to put shelves and you know what I'm saying? I'd be able
yeah,
to
yeah.
make it to where, although it may be a bit smaller than what I have, I could make it exactly what I needed
Right.
instead of being forced into like that is a big white opening that I just had to block off. This right here is a purposeless wall. You know what I mean? So if I
Yeah,
had a something I could build it out the way I wanted to. Have
yeah,
plenty of storage. And then I would have more space.
yeah.
But then it would cost more than $5,000 because then I'm having to
Right.
build it out. But that's okay. That's my dream. She shed.
We're allowed dreams.
And I'm okay if I had to live in there.
Oh my gosh.
Be like, you know what? I'm just never leaving my she
Just
shed. Oh,
just living.
they have them to where, and they make tiny houses out of the sheds too. They have
Yes.
like a front porch,
Yes, I've seen I
like
when
all
I
of those
was
things. And I'm like, I could do that. I would
I
even
looked
have a
at
little planter in my
yeah,
windows.
I looked at some of them and I thought that is dang cute.
So cute.
Like so cute. One
Has
of
a
them I
little front
seen
door.
one of them I seen was on a lake and the light it was all lit up and the garden was it looked like Snow White lived there for God's
I
sake.
know.
Like what the heck?
Like those animals, those little forest
Right?
animals are gonna start talking to you.
Like no wonder people want to move into one of those. If anything happened to George, I definitely would look into something like that.
Hmm. Oh,
Well,
we could just move to that little tiny container community for old people, and we could
I,
just live in a container next door to
right,
each other.
right.
And we would,
We
we
could
would,
we could or across the street so we could annoy everyone, and I'll stand on my porch and go, "What you doing, Collins?"
we would live right next to each other and still craft in Zoom.
Right?
It's like, yeah,
Okay,
we're
what's
not
our
leaving the
favorite?
house.
What's our favorite line? Okay, I'm hopping on now.
Yeah, hopping
Okay,
on.
okay, hopping on now.
It's like, do you want to come over? No, just gonna
No,
hop on.
just hop on. I'm not getting dressed.
Oh my gosh, I can totally see it. We're
Yeah,
neighbors and we just Zoom all the time.
like,
Who
but
wants to
mom, you
go
live next door
outside?
to her.
So,
Oh,
and your point is?
yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
anyway,
that's
I
funny.
think those would be great ideas. Some of them are right up my alley. I don't know about you. I know, you know what? See, it's a bit different for you too. I'm already living with family,
Yeah.
and you have some family staying with you for the meantime. So it might be different if we were both like just our hubbies and
Hmm.
ourselves. Then you could probably visualize it a little bit better.
See, I always though think about I want my kids and my grandkids to have a place to come visit, especially since I have two that live in other states.
Yeah.
Right? So when they come down, I want them to have a place. Now, I know they could stay in a hotel, blah, 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 but then you're missing out on so
But
much time.
you can always accommodate them. It doesn't have to be. a 5-bedroom house that you're living in to
No, and it
accommodate.
wouldn't be.
Yeah,
It'd probably be like a three.
yeah, that's
So I
fine.
would have like two spare rooms.
There you go. And it's plenty
Like
of
one
space
of
to
them
have
could
company.
be exercise,
Yeah,
the exercise equipment. That's all for show though, because like
slash clothes hanger.
actually, that is a funny story. I have never used my exercise equipment to put clothes on.
Really?
Never.
Well, everyone I talk to who's ever had a treadmill, that's
Hmm.
what they laid their clothes on.
I have a rowing machine and a exercise bike in our bedroom. The treadmill won't fit. It's in Kenny's space, but I no clothes have ever been on either one of those.
Wow, nice.
It's weird. Like they
It
may
is
end up
weird.
on the what is that? It's not a footstool. It's at the end of our bed. It's a box, like a hope
See,
chest kind of
oh,
thing.
cedar chest.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Now I will have clothes like all over that sucker.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be a stereotype, so it doesn't go on the exercise equipment. The
Who's
principle
gonna
of
know?
it.
Who's gonna know?
Me, I know. But see, I don't know that I want I just I like my space. I like to feel like I can stretch out. And besides, can we just talk about how big my fluffy chair is? Like, where the hell would that go in a tiny
You'd need a
house?
whole shipping container just for
Yeah,
that.
just for that. And the cat, I mean, I have a tunnel and a ball pit and a cat tree. Like, me and my cat would just have to have our own shipping container. And then I would just have more than one cat. I already told the people at Petco, I said, if my husband wasn't alive, I'd be a cat lady. I'd adopt all these
Oh,
suckers. They'd all come
you and
home
me
with me.
both.
But Kenny says no.
Kenny says no. I know. I've been
Now,
I've been dying for a Yorkshire Terrier. You know those
mm-hmm.
little wee teacup.
Yes.
And so I
Oh, you
said,
gotta get a little purse for it?
oh, everything. I'm gonna do it all up. Clothing,
Do
the
it.
whole shebang.
It has
And
to be a girl.
little Brett's in her
Yes.
hair. Like it's just gonna be a
Little
deal.
painted toenails.
So I said, "Oh, would you get me one of these?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Who's going to take care of it when we go away?" I said, "First off, we won't be going away for very long. We're 65. Okay.
Right.
Who do you think? You're going to be traveling for the next 20 some odd years? No." I said, "And when we go away, we got Meg and the whole family to take
Yeah,
care of."
Connor and
Yeah. I
whomever.
said, "What are you talking about? We take care of their dogs every single day."
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
What would you name her?
I don't know. I've not got that far because I don't want to just get my hopes too up, but I just want something just to sit on my lap and not trip over. And, I know everyone says it's tiny, it's going to trip. Well, I'm not going to put it down on the floor. I'm going to be carrying her everywhere.
Oh, get a little, they have the little puppy slings.
I've seen
Just
it.
put him in a little puppy sling. Yes.
Or just put a hoodie on backwards and it
Backwards.
can sit in the hoodie.
Her
Yes.
muscles are gonna trophy. You'll never let her like
Okay.
move.
And what was your podcast of today? Like,
It
what
doesn't
are we
matter.
doing?
No. But I want this dog for you. I want to see her.
She's going to be so adorable.
She is. What color do you want?
Well, I like the black and brown one. Like
Okay.
almost the more of the black than the brown.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I I don't know. People say they're little terrors. People say that they growl and bite and snip and
Yeah, but I think
they're.
you could train her to be
Oh,
a
I
sweetheart.
would 100%. I would,
I mean, she's never
but
gonna have to walk or want for
uh,
anything.
like honestly, she's gonna have a bed right beside me in my bed,
Of course.
like right there.
And then right beside you at your crafting
And then
table and like
George says,
wherever you are.
George says, "Well, who's going to take her out?" I'm like, "What do you think? Do you think I'm some sort of invalid?" I got a door right here. Take
You
her
should
out.
tell him it has been prescribed for me and my health to get this
Yeah,
dog, so it will get me
it's an
out more.
emotional support dog
Yeah.
because you've retired, right?
I need something to take my mind off
Uh,
of this.
That's
So it's
that's too funny,
oh gosh, I could just see you. I could see you with all the bling and the little thing and the toenails painted
right?
and oh my gosh, I can see it.
I would have, okay, this is for a subject for another day,
Okay.
but I would have TikTok videos of her and all Instagram posts. Like, you know how
Oh, she would have her own Instagram.
some people post her own channel.
Yes,
Okay.
she would craft with you.
Yeah. I have a little bed right here when she sits. Like she's just gonna be like this. Just
Yes.
a little wee.
And never get any bigger.
I don't know.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's horrible.
But if she's that little, then you could live in your little tiny house and she wouldn't even take up any space.
None.
So there you go. Brought it right
Teacups
back around.
don't teacups don't grow very big. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, remind me to tell you about my TikTok situation.
Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.
Your friend has been getting banned. Like I've been getting uh what do you call it? My comments are getting, what do you call those things? Like
Reported.
reported. Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm being a bad girl on TikTok. And I think because of that, they're showing me the bad side of TikTok. Okay, I can't tell you on here what is
Okay.
coming up on my TikTok,
Oh no.
but yeah, I think I'm just being tortured now.
Okay. Well, we're definitely have to talk about that as soon as this is over. You got
Okay,
anything else to
goodbye,
say?
everybody. No, bye.
Bye.